Pretty easy keep here. Even though we aren't representing a counterspell on 2, this is just like cards that do things. Especially versus Mulligan, I like this. We'll just grind at. Oh. Well, we're learning a lot about playing the mirror match. Don't think I really want that here. That might have been wrong. I might have wanted the dragon to counter something with a scorn. I don't know. My hand is just great for the mirror, so that's all I really care about. I guess I probably... I do want that here. Actually, I can't leave up the scorn, so it doesn't matter. I would like to leave up dissolve at this point. So I was thinking about playing around Ashiok in some way was my discussion last game, or last turn. Opponent's very much on the play fast plan. Foul Tongue is better than Crux in this matchup. Great. I just need lands. Counterspell is also acceptable. Okay, so traditional blue-black. Still not a reason to do anything. I don't mind firing off a Thoughtseize, though. Dissipate. That would leave down my counter wall. Would use my. It would also use my only actual counterspell here. So let's not do that. I say only actual counterspell because guess what? I don't have a dragon for these Silumgar Scorns. Matchup where we don't have to do anything whatsoever. Cool. I put a card in my graveyard. This is where I'm okay using a dissolve. That is not a card I need at this point of the game. Okay, that doesn't bother me at all. 3 mana up for my opponent. 1, 2, 3. I would like to dig through time here. Dragonlord Ojutai. Think I want a dissolve. No, I have a bunch of counterspells. I think I want a dig or a prerogative. Probably a prerogative. Maybe I should take a land. Oh well. No, I'm okay. I forgot I had the ultimate price to bin. I don't need that. I need the downfall though. Ingenuity. I'm long on counterspells and light on my opponent's light on cards in hand. So, and I also have a card draw spell I'd like to burn at some point. So this was great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't really want to use that right now. Maybe I could have EOT Dug there. I'm just going to discard this price. I cannot use my other Thoughtseize this game because I needed to fight a Pearl Lake Ancient at some point. One, two. I don't think I want to dig here. One, blue, 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 blue. Okay, so this is where I can dig with double counter up, which is okay by me. And there's actually cards, that last dig was really good, so I want to dig back into the cards from that dig. So I'm going to shuffle them back. I'm going to go dig, blue, blue. Yeah, whatever. I don't know why I chose the card. I don't think it matters. I think I want dig and temple. I probably should take an untapped land. I think I just play this Ojutai. Nope. Sure. Is this a good card? Nope. Maybe I need to dig for something here. Don't be Pearl Lake. I can beat that. Do I need to dig through time here? What am I digging for in this board state? I don't think I need to dig here. I would like to cast this card here, even though it's going to get vaulted. I don't really care too much. That's perfectly fine by me. I'm in a position where I actually want to go down on cards because I have the ability to go back up on cards so readily. Oh, look, there's a card that I'm just going to cast. I think my opponent is out of position in terms of cards. I'm trying to attack them on that angle, so that's going to get countered. My last counterspell can't be used, though. I probably tapped loosely. Probably did not want to leave up the Haven here. That's fine. So I don't need to do anything here. I'm going to dig on my opponent's end step. Just doing that in that order so I can figure out what I need to pay for it. I need to leave one of each of those because in theory I might want them both. Let's take Ingenuity and a land. I don't need these other. Maybe I should have taken the Downfall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really need to do that. So let's just keep playing lands and eventually I'll find something. Because I could die to a Pearl Lake Ancient pretty reasonably in the near future. This turn may be an EOT Ingenuity turn. Just to like... Actually, I'm just going to get back Drifting Death. play Drifting Death. Lose it to Perilous Vault. Don't really have a need to do anything here. Still not, that was a mistake. I was supposed to play the Ojutai here. Getting a little aggressive with my clicks. I think that card's really good here. I guess Adrian's list didn't have a Pearl Lake Ancient. So I might want to consider that. Let's just enter the showdown right here then. Let's see what happens. I have a single Ojutai. I would like to cast and reveal a dragon right now so that when my Ojutai is on the stack, I'm not exposed out of counterspell position. Opponents used a Dissolve and Dissipate. What is this? It's going to be an attempt to dig. I'm okay with that, I think. So I have enough to Ojutai with double counter up here, which seems good. So there's Ugin, Silumgar, Downfall, all these downfalls. So I think... so I'm going to have to kill my opponent with Silumgar this game, which means I need to Foul Tongue that. I can't let either of those resolve, so I just take the Vault because that's the cheapest one, and I pass. Actually casting Ingenuity because it costs me less cards in deck at this point. Dig is great because it gets me to the card I need to cast with less cards expended from deck. Maybe I should have played the Ojutai there. There's a Blight discarded, so I go Urborg. Sure, that's fine. So I need to play Silumgar and then counter all the things that kill a Silumgar. I've used 1 Dissolve, 2... So these are all of my counter spells. I don't really care what I'm exiling at this point. That's fine. I don't think Prerogative actually helps me at all. I think Prerogative actually actively hurts me at this point because I'm trying not to deck. Let's see if I have another dig. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't. So every Scryland to bottom is actually very important here. There's 1 Scryland left in my deck, so I have to find this dragon in a relatively short time frame. There we go. Okay. And the showdown happens next turn. There are 2 Ugins. Sure. Is this target player? It's not actually opportunity. Shucks. Please don't be Pearl Lake. That's also fine. 2, 3, 4. My opponent's used 4 counter spells and a Thoughtseize. Two Perilous Vaults. There's 2 Ugins in hand. 2 downfalls. There wasn't a Crux, was there? They've used 2 Cruxes, which is the correct number for them to have used. There's a Silumgar in their hand. I can always accelerate the clock by a turn by running out Ugin. I think I'm just required to cast this card at this point. Then accept the consequences of what happens if it does or doesn't resolve. Wish there was like a Mind Twist we could fight over. That would be really good in this matchup. So I have to... That's a huge issue. I think I'm dead to that. Okay, I need to watch my library better in these game ones against that deck. Good to know. That's fine. We're working on it. I might have been supposed to concede a while back. Like a turn or so ago. I might have lost like a minute of clock time that I shouldn't have lost. I guess I've eaten a downfall. This Crux of Fate, destroy all dragon creatures. That's gonna have to happen. Okay. Oh, I discarded 2 downfalls this game, didn't I? That's a problem. I needed to have discarded 1 less, didn't I? Ugin has to be fine here, I guess. I know about... I'm just dead here. No, this is fine. I'm okay conceding. I needed to save clock. I don't have... I'm assuming I counted right, and I'm out of counterspells in library at this point of the game. There's no way to bait my opponent into doing anything before I deck. Yeah, there we go. So I actually just lost a minute of clock time for no reason. Okie dokie. And Foul Tongues, that card's great here. Almost didn't board that in. Bad, bad, bad. Foul Tongue, not so good. Crux, atrocious. There we go. Do I want Foul Tongue in this matchup? Probably. 1 for his Silumgar. Yeah, Maybe I was supposed to open a bigger hole early. Oh, nope. That was almost a misclick. This hand is fine. It's not great in the matchup, but it'll do. Like, or it's not exceptional in the matchup. Nope. That's a bad card. I think that's better than a random card. We're going to wait to Stratus Dancer until we have 5. This is probably going to try to find a temple, I guess. Or a Thoughtseize, which I really like in this board state. I don't really want to have to fetch immediately. This is a point where I'm okay using that. So there's Dig, Crux, 2 Engine, Stroke. I think I take Dig because that's the actually relevant unique card. Let's fetch an island here so that I don't get caught fetching later with Stratus Dancer. Cast my face down. My opponent drew an answer to that. That's a problem. Sure. Not the card I'm fighting over today, especially when I know you are going to miss a land drop here. I guess I don't know, but pretty certain. Yeah, this sequence was specifically sculpted to fight against 5 mana instants and sorceries. No thanks. We'll add a power to the battlefield. Crux, 2 Ingenuity, and a Stroke. Grind Clock. I feel like I have to counter that. I don't know if it's right, but ooh, yep, exactly what I want. The actual perfect card for this board state. Maybe I was supposed to get or let the Grind Clock resolve, but I feel like that opens me up to a lot of So the thought was that opens me to a lot of sequences that aren't just like draw land. Like just with removal. Whereas if my opponent draws a land, I'm still like in a bit of a bind with the Dissolve in hand. They're going to draw out of it before the Stratus Dancer kills them, I think. This card is so good in this matchup. The different stages of this matchup are really interesting. Where like you shift from like cards mattering and being able to like put your opponent out of position to like however many threats are left in your deck mattering. This is a dead Stratus Dancer almost surely. Oh. Sure. Now we're back to full hands. It's a pretty good full hand, actually. Stratus dances are awesome. We have double counter up. We're going to use the scorn if there's a counter. Ooh. Yeah, that's something that I cannot let resolve. I think that's the right one to use because that doesn't expose me to a perilous vault right here. I think I play around Ugin here. This play is worse against second Crux plus Dissolve. However, it is better versus Ugin. Sure, creatures are dead. I know my opponent has a Stroke in hand and an Ingenuity. Is that it? So I actually know 2 of the cards in their hand. Neither of them beat this card. I'm still pretty good against anything that isn't Ugin plus a land. Or did I say Ugin plus? Yeah, it would be 4, 8, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I guess that's not enough. It would have to be still pretty good against a lot of things, actually. Oh, they have the Haven for their Ugin and their Silumgar. Cute. I just have cards. Nothing exciting. What? Come on, man. You're going to try to clock me out like that? You got 3 seconds, buddy. Congrats. Probably a report filed after the match. Thanks, buddy. Is Downfall actually good here? I don't know if there's Ashioks. Foul Tongue's okay as a one of. I don't. Maybe I want Silumgar just to like eat things. Silumgar better than Downfall? I guess. Yeah, so this, I think I want to do that. I want 2 Downfall still for flexibility on mana, but against Ashiok and Ugin, you can just Silumgar and neg them, which is reasonable. Which is about the same as Downfall most of the time. And that just gives me like one more threat going late, so I like that. I think this hand is... Oh, especially against a mulligan? Yeah. This hand's good. I don't want to Thoughtseize early. I'd rather set up a open lane for this Tassiger later. That might have been wrong to get the double blue in. Oh, wow. That's not good for my opponent. Don't need to do anything yet. Definitely dig through time here. Not even sold on that definitely anymore now that I was like, yeah, definitely. I don't really want to do anything yet. It's possible my opponent might have just accidentally F6 through that turn too. Yeah. I think the Thoughtseize fight is next turn. When I have enough to potentially use it to Ojitai, if that's the correct thing to do with the open mana. So let's Thoughtseize first. I may change my land drops based on this. Like if the Ojitai is not the right card, then I just Temple. So there's a Crux, Light, Dig, Downfall, Dissolve, Fountain. Maybe I just run my opponent out of cards this game. The Bile-Blight is kind of a nice nab there. So if I can force the Crux into the Dissolve, so I take the Dig. I just wait a turn on the Ojitai. I don't want that card. I actually don't wait on a turn on the Ojitai. I maybe try to... Yeah, try to set up a Tasigur maybe? No, that doesn't work the way I want it to. So a lot going on. I don't have a lot of time to execute it, I guess, is the issue. Thoughtseize. I think I actually just scorn it on the basis of I want the dig through time in my hand. If my opponent opts to dissolve, then I have an opening to do stuff. Second dig through time. I think I just tried Ojitai here. Now that I've used the Scorn, I can just trade cards until I get to a point where I'm going to land Tasigur with 2 activations and pull ahead on cards that way. And not just pull ahead on cards, but pull ahead with that dig mattering. So I know dig, I killed the dig. So my opponent has a Crux they're still waiting on and a Dissolve and Unknown. This is probably down. Running this into a Downfall was kind of loose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's this is a good time to resolve a dig though. Stratus Dancer's good here, and I think I want the raw cards of Prerogative. It's possible land was better than both of those, or than the Prerogative. Can't Bile-Blight until I can't play the Stratus Dancer until I have enough to prevent the Bile-Blight with a flip. That's fine. I'm in a great position to continue an exchange war. I know there's a Crux, a Blight in my opponent's hand, and I don't know that's on the bottom. Let's see. Second Morph, which I'm okay with also getting countered. I just need to take away 2 cards out of my opponent's hand with that, because I'm trying to... This is definitely a situation where I'm trying to run them out of cards. Don't really care what they are, just cards that will disappear. Yeah. So I just Thoughtseize here easily. If I ever got a lag. Solve. I know the last card is a Crux of Fate. Card on top. Time to dig for a counter? Yep. I want Dissolve and Thoughtseize. Now I just pass with Dissolve up. My opponent should be done. I guess done is probably an overstatement, but... Do I care about that Crux? Not enough to really use my counterspell on it. So I can cast Tassiger for 4, activate it not quite enough. I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, draw 4 cards. I do that on my opponent's end step because I'd rather not discard, I guess. I don't know how much of a difference it makes. Let's just gun it. If my opponent drew Counterspell plus Card Draw Spell, I'm in a bit of a bind, but I don't think they can cast Counterspell, Card Draw Spell, and Counterspell again, so that's fine. That's not a card I care about. Oh, they had Dig and that. That's fine. So I'm now just trying to bury my opponent. I've used 3 Thoughtseizes, though, and there's one on the bottom. Kind of obnoxious. No, there's a Crux in my opponent's hand. I like just putting cards into my graveyard here. 6 minutes on the clock. That doesn't leave a double counterspell, does it? So let's not do that. Black, black. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is correct. It's kind of unfortunate, but whatever. I do not want that card. I want counter magic and killing my opponent at this point. If this gets cruxed, I don't really care. I have a bunch of threats where that came from, so the things that I need to counter are things that break my hand. I don't really care about that. That's just going to trade for a counter anyways. Should do this in response, I guess. Lesson learned. Duress, that resolves. I'm going to have a counterspell regardless. If you Crux, I want to counter it. Should have let Duress resolve and then done that in case I hit both lands. Lesson learned, never do that again. So I've used 2 Stratus Dancers here. And Ojitai. This is a Crux I think I'm scorning. I'm not scorning. Why would I scorn? That makes no sense. He does have to kill the Tassiger. I was thinking, like, if I Tassiger into something that's better than Dissolve, but I guess there isn't really a card better than Dissolve. That's fine. I don't really care about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ojitai. We're mana short of being able to dig 2. I guess I could. I don't want to waste the dig card on the land, I guess. Perilous Vault, don't care. Crux, sure. Blue, white, blue. Get rid of all those cards. I'd like Stratus Dancer and Dissolve. We've reached the point of going downhill, and our opponent has 1 card and is never going to resolve another spell this game. Ojutai seems like a better resolve here. We have double counter. Yeah, our opponent's dead. Cool. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, figuring out what resources to fight over game 1 is really difficult. Cool. Our opponent was not trying to stall us out game 2. So, yeah, we would have morphed and then had double counter up. Oh, these mirrors. Jeez.